Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Sam here bringing you episode 1 of Tomodachi Game.
It's everything I thought it would be and a little bit more, so it better stay on this wavelength.
Wow, Ruka, you've been scarred, haven't you? You've been hurt by our episodic episodes, haven't you?
You're so silly. So I actually really liked the little personality breakdowns that they had, and I also liked the art style it was in because it made it look like it was one of the pages right from the manga. So I actually appreciated that quite a lot. Also, based on the little lines that they put there about each person so far has stayed exactly on that. And the way that they're acting is leading towards that personality breakdown. But what's actually still wild is, although you would think, okay, you've got these personality breakdowns, I can eliminate someone from the runner. Like Sawaragi, for instance, it says that she likes everything good, but I actually can't rule any of them out.
Yeah, I fully get what you're saying here. I get it. All of them are dark and I can't wait to see them unravel. I don't care. This is the kind of stuff that I like. I can't wait to see every other episode. This right now as it is, seems like it's going to be the banger.
So if you guys don't know what we're talking about and you haven't heard of this anime, basically what's happened in this episode is that everyone is supposed to be going on a school trip. The money gets collected by two of these friends, and when all the money is collected, it goes missing. And then these friends are tricked into meeting up. They're all knocked unconscious and they wake up in a room and ask if they want to play a game.
Squid Game!
It is kind of like Squid Game, or Squid Game is like this, whichever, whatever. So they're told that they can play this game and divvy up the debt because one of them owes 20 million yen.
Which is about $16,000 or £12,000 sterling.
And so they've decided to share it with their friends. I guess sharing is caring. What I really liked was the rules of this game. What about you?
I like the rules that they've set out from jump, because at no point has anyone said, what if you're lying? What if no one's in debt, but it's part of the game? No one's looked at it that way. Everyone's fully immersed into it. So the rules themselves are the structure of the downfall. It seems like a social experiment based on the people looking at the monitors. And there's multiple groups as well, so this is kind of cool. Like, it's really, really cool. It's similar to, what's that anime? The one that I spoke about before where the cat girl has the cannon hands.
Battle in 5 seconds.
That's it. Battle in 5 seconds after meeting. It's similar to that, but way more cooler, to be honest.
I don't feel like it's the same as that.
Maybe the beginning was, and then it went on this whole thing, to be fair. But yeah, I feel like that kind of, I'm going to drop you in it, let's see how you go, you lot are lab rats situation is actually really nice here.
There are various groups that they mentioned, so they're obviously doing this, and they've said that no one's ever won. But what I really like is that one of the rules is that you cannot speak unless you're asking the question. Meaning that they cannot strategize, they cannot talk about what it is that they have in their hands, and also the fact that they can't show each other the amount of debt that they have, but they can say it, makes it even more interesting because obviously this game is geared towards encouraging deception and suspicion. And as he said at the beginning, the only way to leave properly is to not mistrust people. So even the fact that the coin moved to no all those times doesn't actually mean that anyone had the same parameters. And on top of that, we don't even know if these are like test questions to create the suspicion so that they're already like not trusting each other, and the final question is actually the only real question. But by the time they get there, everyone distrusts everyone.
Yeah, I mean, that was my thoughts exactly. No one knows what truths are being told here and what lies are being told here. No one's critically thinking here. They're just all in their subjectiveness. And it's because of that we're getting this great drama. And watching Yuichi sort of break down in his head is actually quite shocking how real it is, even though it's super stylized and crazy and whatever. It's really nice to watch him break down that makes me sound like an arse. It's really nice to see the breakdown, and I like it. It's very thought-provoking.
I would actually like to hear more of the friends' thoughts in their heads, but that would obviously ruin the game because we don't know who is being deceptive. We're basically in the mind of Yuichi, so we can only really know what he knows, and I understand, but like it would be so cool to hear what everybody else is thinking and to see some of those cards as well that Yuichi hasn't been able to see.
I even like some of the flashbacks as well, like the one or two that we got, the ones of his parents and the ones of him and Kokorogi. Between like that, you can see where his head is at and how he's sort of leaning towards his mum outwardly, but in his head, the money though, like the money is a factor. Like Ruka said off camera, money is important to poor people because you're counting your coin, you're counting your money. It's very important.
Like very poor, especially like very poor.
And I retorted with, it's also very important to really rich people as well. Because in my head, if you're really, really rich and then you just become rich, to you it's just as devastating as being moderate and then becoming poor, because you're used to certain things and you don't get it. So it's nice to see the relational disparities here.
Speaking of that, I had actually a question about Shibe. Part of me really believes that he's the person that's in the debt. Although it sounds as if he has money, we've only heard him say that he has it, and he keeps saying how, oh, I could pay off that debt real quick. I could pay this off real quick, but he hasn't actually done it. And we've only got his words to show for it, and I haven't seen anything about him that makes me believe that he has any more money than the others. So for me, he's the most suspicious character out of all of them so far. I just don't know, like, you just keep talking about how you'd pay this and pay that, then pay it. Why haven't you?
It reminds me of like a friend of mine, innit? And when he talks to girls, he tries to say, yo, I'll show you the world, I'll take you out on dates, I'll do all this for you, your man can't do this. That guy ain't doing nothing. So if you're talking about it, the chances are you ain't doing it. Do you get what I mean? Those who do, those who don't talk. So maybe Shibe's a talker, innit?
Yeah, I don't know. He's suspicious, number one suspicious person. I think that whoever brought them together was really messed up to bring Yuichi into it, because you know my man has been struggling and how much he had to scrape that trip money together just to go there. So really, he should have been left out of it. Why are you trying to add to his debts? He can't even pay his day-to-day. He also didn't seem like he had much of a family. Like, yes, we saw his mom in a flashback, but it seemed like she was in a hospital. So I'm already thinking that she's dead. And then his grandpa was already old. He doesn't seem like he has family around him, is what I'm saying. What kind of vibe did you get?
Well, considering he was in his house, he heard a noise, he asked who's there. He must be the man of that house, or the person in that house that's in charge. Because the person in charge of the house is the one who's going to go to the door at night if something goes. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and it looked like he was alone.
So yeah, I think you're right. There's nobody around. He's poor. He's working his butt off to go to this 70,000 yen trip. He's doing double shifts and more paperwork. Yeah, and he's studying as well at school as well.
Yeah. They shouldn't have brought him into this.
These ain't friends. Whoever did it ain't your friend. I'm sorry, bruv. Bruv, yo, my friends, those who know me know I do this, innit? If you ever put me in this situation, me and you have problems. We're gonna fight. I'm just letting you know that now. You know who I'm talking about. All you guys. Don't ever.
I would also like to know what the debt is for as well. I think that Yuichi wanting to know that was a perfectly fine question. I thought it was actually weird that the others didn't want to know what it was for. It makes me feel like there are a lot more secrets that they're hiding, because why would you be so willing to accept it without question? Okay, I get that you're friends, but it is a lot of debt to be putting someone into. So yeah, I would want to know, like, what is the debt for?
Like, I got friends. Can you imagine they said, yo, big boy Samra, do you mind taking on 12,000 pounds of debt for me?
Yeah, like, it's not a small amount.
I'll tell us to go F off, to be honest.
And because of the nature of the game where the debt can double at any time, you are potentially taking on a lot more than that. So yeah, I would really need to know, like, if you're 20 million in debt because of strippers, I'm sorry, I do love you, but That sounds like a you issue.
Well done, fam.
If you can't pay your rent, that's totally different.
But would you sacrifice £12,000 because of your friend who can't pay their rent?
It depends who that friend is.
Really?
If it was a school friend, like they're just at school, there's no one I'm close enough to at like school like that I'm gonna take on all that debt before my life's begun. But yeah, there's certain people that I would take that on for.
Oh wow, I'm a terrible friend. Guys, let us know what you think. Would you take on £12,000 or $16,000 of debt for your homie?
You know when you say it like that, though. But you're not taking on the full 16,000. It was shared.
So let's say it's the best part of £2,500 in pounds, or the best part of $3,000 US.
See, that's not that bad because, okay, we know like how it went down now, but the way that it started, the questions are so easy to just get rid of everyone's debt and move on. So obviously I feel like they're not being honest with themselves, and that's why they got themselves into this mess. You should know if you're on bad times with your friends where they would literally do something like this to you.
Yeah, which one of these friends put me in this situation? Fam, if this was me,
yeah,
I'm duffying everyone, fam. But like on a level though, everybody's getting it because I don't know who it is, but we're all in this together. So everyone's getting equal beatdown. If we're sharing the debt, you're sharing the beating. Standard.
Yeah. No lies. I like the way that they actually used Manabu-kun. I didn't think he was going to be scary because he is just a ridiculous little character of a little boy
that beats up little kids.
But when they did the little flashback, the description versus the picture was different to me because I felt like the picture was different to taking people's treasures because that's how it was described. But there was blood. There was blood everywhere. He's supposed to be what? In reception, he's what, 5 years old? There was a lot of blood.
That's kindergarten. That's kindergarten to you Americans.
But the way that they had Yuichi going through his internals where he was worrying, and then they just had Manabu's face towering over him while questioning him. I like the little bit of uncomfortable atmosphere that they created. Very uncomfortable. I wouldn't say scary, but it's creepy.
Yeah, that dude you don't want to see first thing in the morning. Like that's
or ever.
That's a creepy dude. And his smile. Oh my god, his smile. Nah.
The teeth are jagged.
Yeah, Bob. It reminds me of Saw. I like to play a game. Oh, Bob, nah.
Yeah, I don't, pretty much.
I don't want that in my house. If I ever see a Saw doll getting burnt, I don't want it. Bob, I think for the first episode, they did a good job here.
Yeah, it's a banger. I'm very, very happy with the way that this episode went down. I can't wait for episode 2. I can't believe I have to actually wait.
Guys, don't forget to let us know if you will take on $3,000 or £2,500-ish £1,000 of debt for your homie.
There's 2 people I would do that for.
I know one. Am I the other?
Yes.
You don't sound convincing. Has that number gone up to 3 now, isn't it? I wasn't even above factor, was I?
And on that note,
don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Leave your comments down below.
Peace.